Right then, here we go. Here's a quick video on how to make a website button using daButtonFactory. I've clicked on the link in Wikispaces and I'm onto their website. And the first thing you see is what looks like a button here. This is going to be a picture of how your button looks like. And as you make the changes to your button, you will see that this will change as you go along. So let's try it out. The first thing I need to do is change the text, the title for my button, and I'm going to call mine Home. So that's my button label. If I click off it, you can see that the generator here changes automatically. I can now choose a font, and there's a reasonable range of fonts here. I quite like Walkway, like that. I can make it bold, or I can make it normal. I can add in italic, like that. And I can change the font size too, if I click down a bit. Next, I can change the color of the writing by clicking in the white box. And what I can do here is, you can see this little square here, I can drag that and move it around. And as I do that, you can see that not only does this color change, but when I let go, the color of the writing changes too. Let's put this back to where it was. If I'm happy with the changes, click OK. I can change the text shadow. It hasn't got a shadow, and that does. The output type here I'm going to leave as PNG. That's very important if you have got a background color on your web page. It must be PNG. So moving over to this side, I can change the style of my navigation, my menu button. And I've got three choices. It can be rectangular shaped, it can be that rounded box shape, and I can change how rounded I make it, or it can be much more rounded like that. I quite like the middle one. Next up, I can change the background color to the button, and at the minute it's on gradient, which means a gradual change in color from the top color to the bottom color. I can have just one color, or I can have two bands of color, or another type of gradient called pyramid. Again, to change the colors, just click on them, and you can see you've got a little circle marker, and you can move over and change it like this. If you want to change a color here, simply drag this down on this palette, and you can see you can choose from a range of different colors, like that. That's the first one done. Click OK, and then click on the bottom one, and I could go down. I'll go up to here. Let's choose something that looks like that, and click OK. I can add in a border and a shadow if I want, and I can change the size of the writing. Now, the size of the writing is quite important, the size of the button, because the size of the writing may change. And what I suggest you do is that you keep the size fixed so that your button size will still be the same each time. So you've got the same size of buttons as you go along. Once you're happy, you need to download. Now, I'm working on a Mac, so it's slightly different from you. But if you right click and choose download, in this case linked file as, here's mine. I'm just going to save mine in my images folder, which is the folder that I have made for my website. And I'm going to call it the same name as the label. So it's going to be called Home, like that, and press save. There we go. Now, if I go into my web page and just refresh it, we should see what the button looks like. There it is. And just to prove to you that it works in a different color background, if I go back into my website design and my styles, I'm just going to change this to blue and save it. And if I just go back onto my page and refresh, there you go. You can see that it doesn't have any of the background in it, it just has the button there. So that's how to make a button using daButtonFactory.